Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg. Rabbi Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg, 1884–1966, was a noted Orthodox rabbi, posek decisor of Jewish law and rosh yeshiva. He is best known as the author of the work of responsa Seridei Eish. Weinberg was considered a genius in his time with mastery over both Torah and secular subjects. An insightful and introspective individual, his varying interests in Talmud, musar, Hebrew literature, Russian language, and general academia make him one of the best representatives of the tumultuous intellectual trends present in his period. Biography. Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg was born in Poland. He studied at the yeshivas of Mir and Slobodka. In the latter, he combined within himself Lithuanian profound understanding of Halakha with the Slobodka musar expounded by the illustrious alter Rabbi Nosson Tzvi Finkel. In 1906, he married 16-year-old Esther Levine, daughter of the deceased Rabbi Yaakov Meir of Pilvishti. He would later divorce, and Rabbi Weinberg would remain a bachelor. He also became rabbi of this city, both the spiritual rabbi, crown rabbi, and served for 7 years. At the outbreak of World War I, he went to Germany. There he studied at the University of Gießen. His doctoral research on Targum was supervised by Paul E. Kahl. Although Polish-born and Lithuanian-trained, Weinberg developed an extremely beautiful German prose style, which was matched only by his mastery of modern Hebrew. He taught at and eventually became rector rosh yeshiva of the Hildesheimer Rabbinical Seminary in Berlin. His students included rabbis Menachem Mendel Schneerson, Eliezer Berkowitz, Giuseppe Joseph Lares, and Joseph Hirsch Dunner. As rosh yeshiva, Weinberg emerged as a leading advocate of neo-orthodoxy, the German approach to Orthodox Judaism, based on the Torah im Derech Eretz of Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch. Although Torah im Derech Eretz was an ideology that he had openly opposed in his youth, Weinberg championed this approach during his tenure at the Hildesheimer Seminary, and he played and was to play a seminal part in the reconciliation of Torah orthodoxy with modernity. His melding of sources, methods, and worlds was unparalleled in modern halakhic literature. It required breadth and depth of knowledge that were, and remain, rare. Weinberg was offered the position of head of the prestigious London Beth Din by Chief Rabbi Joseph Hertz in 1934. But following pressure from his students in Berlin, Weinberg turned the offer down, after which it was offered to Dayan Yeheskel Abramsky, who held the position for almost 20 years. In 1939, he fled Nazi Germany and became trapped in the Warsaw Ghetto, where he was a prominent leader. Because of his Russian citizenship, the Germans imprisoned him together with Russian prisoners of war, enabling him to avoid the concentration camps and to survive the war. After the war, a loyal student, R. Scholl-Weingart, brought him to Montreux, Switzerland, where he lived until his passing in 1966. Despite many offers of prominent rabbinic positions across the globe, R. Weinberg chose not to leave Switzerland, where he penned many influential and important responsa. Works. Seridei Eish, remnants of the fire responsa dealing with halakhic questions addressed to Weinberg from all over the world concerning the great problems of modern life, technological, social, and personal. It was first published in 4 volumes by Mossad Harif Kook in Jerusalem 1961, 1962, and 1966, just before Weinberg's passing, and has been republished as Seridei Eish 1999. These 4 volumes have already become classics in the world of halakhic literature. Like all great responsa works, these are, apart from their intrinsic halakhic value, a faithful mirror of the time in which they were written, and no doubt will become a fertile source for the research of future Jewish historians and sociologists. Mechkarim B. Talmud, Investigations of the Talmud Documents, Weinberg's Studies on Talmudical Methodology. It was published in 1938 while Weinberg was rosh yeshiva of the Orthodox Rabbinical Seminary in Berlin. This publication laid the foundation for Weinberg's responsa. It contains not only a great number of sugios, explained in a novel manner, but may be considered a handbook on Talmudic methodology. This work is considered no less classical than his responsa. In it, the traditional Lithuanian method of study and the modern scientific approach to the study of Talmud became an organic unity. Other works by Weinberg include Seridei Eish Jerusalem, 2005, Life Arachim 2002, Discussions on Musar, Agada and Midrash, and Contemporary Issues, Kitei Hagan Rabbi Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg Zatzel 2 vols. Scranton, 1998, 2003. Finui Atzmat Metim Berlin, 1926. External links and references. Biography. Obituary by Day and Dr. I. Grunfeld, 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 Grunfeld. OU Biography of Rav Weinberg. The Legacy of Yechiel Jacob Weinberg Review of Shapiro, Mark B. Between the Yeshiva World and Modern Orthodoxy, The Life and Works of Rabbi Yechiel Jacob Weinberg, 1884–1966. London, Portland, or Littman Library, 1999. Articles and Halacha. Rabbi Weinberg on the Teachings of Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch Hebrew. AC partial list of specific halakhic issues addressed by Rabbi Weinberg. Rav Weinberg's view of the prohibition on stealing a mitzvah. Rav Weinberg's view on kol ishish and kol ishish al ishish al ishish. Rabbi Emin Schneerson, Lubavitcher Rebbe receives smicka from Rabbi Weinberg. Rav Avraham Abba Weingort remembers the Seridei Eish Mispatcha magazine. Notes